Keller Williams and the Excellence in Real Estate team. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this short video report, and this report I call 10 No Money Down Ways to Buy Real Estate. Alright, it's kind of like an infomercial now time, isn't it? But don't worry, I'm not selling tapes, I'm not selling books, I'm not selling a hotline where you can call me 24/7 and ask me dumb questions. That's not what this is about. You can call me. My number is posted with this video. Please feel free to call me. However, I'm not selling anything other than real estate. I'm a realtor, and my whole objective in any of my videos is twofold. One is to stimulate your thought process so that you ask the right questions in that particular part of the transaction, and second is to hopefully build some rapport with you, let you see me as a real person. This is not scripted. This is real. I have some notes in my hand here, and I will refer to it. You'll see me reading it now and then. But this is me talking to you, me sharing some of my knowledge that I've gained in real estate that I can share with you as a consumer, and something that you may or may not want to consider. So with that said, let's jump right into it, and let's talk about ways to buy property with no money down. Now, as I said earlier, this is not an infomercial, and certainly if you turn on the TV any weekend morning, Sunday morning or late night, you're going to have all these gurus out here selling their wares and what they're really interested in. And yeah, maybe they did buy and sell and make some money in real estate. Oftentimes it was in a completely different market than what it is now, and a lot of times, you know, let's just face it, people get lucky. I know I've gotten lucky. Haven't you ever gotten lucky in your life? Okay. So with that being said, let's figure out what it is that they're offering before you start spending your money. Now, again, I don't have systems for sale, but this is kind of an overview of really about the 10 best ways that you can actually buy property with no cash out of your pocket. The first is to check into different loan programs. Okay, there are some really great loan programs out there right now, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. There's some VA if you qualify, FHA. Sometimes your state or your county even will have special programs that are available to you for certain areas of the county where they're trying to stimulate growth. And those are some really great programs. Right here in Riverside County, for example, Riverside, California County, we have a program where a first-time buyer can qualify and receive up to $40,000 in down payment assistance. That's like a gift of $40,000. That's pretty sweet. Okay, there's other programs out there where they'll finance 103 or 107%, and some really great programs. So investigate, talk to your mortgage broker, talk to your lenders, and talk to your realtor, and let's find out what kind of program is available that you may qualify for as far as a loan. Second way to borrow money, or to buy a property with no money down, I already gave it away, is to borrow money. Borrow money from friends, family, business partners, anyone that you can. If you can come up with cash, you know, on the side that's not part of the transaction, that's not going through escrow, then you're steps ahead of the game at that point. So you can offer either pay them back at a high interest rate, or perhaps when you sell the property, if this is indeed for investment purposes, then you can offer to share a percentage of the profits. To find that ahead of time, make sure it's in writing so that everybody understands what's going on. Okay, method number 3, raise the price, lower the terms. Let's take a piece of property, let's round numbers, $500,000, okay? Property is worth $500,000, and they're willing to carry a note on that, but they want 20% down, so they want $100,000 down, and they'll carry a note for $400,000. Well, what if you offer them $550,000 and they carried the note for the full paper? Well, there's increased risk on their part, but there's increased reward that goes with that, and often that'll work. Okay, it's one of the methods that's certainly taught Sunday mornings when you buy their thousands and thousands of dollars worth of videos and tapes. If you have the motivation to follow through, and you can handle a lot more no's than you can yeses, because that's what those programs do, is you have to be able to persevere and get through just like any sales position, I suppose. But you hear a whole lot more no's than you do yeses. Okay, otherwise it would be just too easy, wouldn't it? Number 4, do you have a good life insurance policy? Maybe you can borrow against that. A lot of insurance policies will allow you to borrow the value that you've paid into it and use that to reinvest. And you know, there's no better place to reinvest in today's economy than real estate in the economy, because you know, there's a rumor out there God is not making any more dirt. That's it. What we got is what we got. So take care of it, and when you get it, enjoy it. Okay. Number 5, use other property as collateral. Maybe you have, you own some other property, investment property, maybe it has cash flow, maybe it's just a vacant land, whatever it is. You have other property, perhaps you can put a note on that and give the seller of your new property a note on to your other existing property. Give them an equity position in that. That's not always an option. Number 6, this is probably the most common, easiest way to raise cash today. Home equity loans. As long as you have adequate equity, many cases 75% loan to value is a slam dunk, no problem, but you can get 80, 90. You know, I just received a solicitation in the mail the other day for 125% loan to value. I'm not going to do it, trust me, I'm not going to do it, but there's some good, you know, there's access to money in your existing property, so if you have that, go for that. Number 7, seller refinance. Get the seller to go ahead and refinance the property, take out the cash that he needs. If he needs $50,000 cash to walk away and he'll carry the balance, let him refinance the property, take the $50,000 out, and then let you assume the note, and he'll carry the note for the difference. There you go. Okay. Number 8. This is kind of like borrowing it from your friends and family, but this is finding an investor. There's a lot of people out there that have much more money than they do time, and they really do like to invest in real estate. And they're willing to put their money up if you bring them the right deal. And if you bring them the right deal, they'll put they'll fund it. They'll let you do the work for it. And when they, and again, you determine that at a certain date you're going to sell the property, and at that point, then you share the profits however you negotiated at that point. So find an investor. Number 9, lease with an option to purchase. Very popular. This is, in essence, it's great for single family residents if you're going to be moving into the property. But go ahead and do a lease option, and what that basically means, let's say the property, the fair rental value of the property is $1,000, but you're going to put $2,000. You're going to pay $2,000 a month. So at the end of the year, the $1,000 fair rent is fair rent that the landlord earned on his property. But the other $1,000 that you put in, then that gets applied towards the purchase price. So you've got $12,000 towards your deposit at that point. Now there's a couple things that you need to be careful here. Some can be positive and some can be negative. It's rare that everybody is really works out the very end, because it's all about speculation. If, again, let's say we're looking at that $500,000 property and I'm going to pay an extra $1,000 a month, so at the end of the year I only have to come up with $488,000 because I've already given you 12. I'm assuming that property is going to be worth more than $500,000 at that time. So maybe the property is worth $550,000. So now I have $62,000 in equity. Okay, I've already exceeded 10% equity just because of the increase in the value, if indeed I can get that. All right, now, what if the property value declines? There's a lot of speculation, spring 2006 right now, that we're going to see some declines in property value. So if we do start to see declines, and that property is worth, at the end of the year, instead of being worth $500,000, it's only worth $480,000, and you've put $12,000 into it, well, you still need to come up with $488,000, and the property is only worth $480,000. So you're already upside down before you ever get going. You lost. So you see, there is some risk, there is some reward. You have to be able to weigh it out and make an educated decision based on what is best for you and no one else. All right, so word of caution when it comes to lease options. The 10th method that is often talked about in the classes or the courses is to give them something you need. Let's say you've got a Porsche, you drive up and you take it out on the weekends, and it's your little baby, it's a 1980 Targa Porsche or something like that, and it's just a really cream puff vehicle, and you're absolutely in love with it. Maybe it's worth $40,000, $50,000. The seller sees it and he starts drooling all over the place, and maybe you can use that Porsche as a down payment. And when you do something like this, you're going to get your top value for that car. If you were to put the car on, let's say the car is worth between $40,000 and $50,000. Well, it'd be pretty easy to negotiate that the value of the car is worth $50,000 to be used as a down payment on the property. you try to sell it, you've got costs involved in marketing, you've got, negotiations going back and forth. You may only get the 40,000, 42,005 or 44,000, whatever the case may be. You probably won't get top retail dollar, unless if it's a really exotic and, well, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, consider selling something that you have. If there's something that the buyer, rather the seller wants that you've got, flaunt it. Okay, get them excited about it. All right, so these are 10 different methods, and this isn't intended, as I said earlier, to be complete instructional on how to do all of this. This is just to stimulate your thought process, and if any of these seem appealing to you, if it's something that you're willing to put time in, the programs that are out there, there's some really good ones. They'll teach you a lot, but you have to have the persistence to really do the job and the willpower to study and absorb and really move forward. And the truth is, and you know this very well, most of the people that buy that stuff, they never get past opening the first book and reading maybe the first chapter or two. It sits on the shelf. All right, well, with that being said, this is John Occhi with the Excellence in Real Estate team. Really hoping that this helps you. So depending on where you want to buy your property, if it's anywhere in Southern California and you like what you've heard from me, you've seen some of my other videos perhaps, and what I say makes sense, give me a call, okay? And if I don't work with you personally, I do have a network of realtors, the Excellence in Real Estate team, that's scattered throughout Southern California, and I'd be more than happy to have a like-minded individual get in contact and see if we can find exactly what it is that you're looking for and the terms and everything else. All right, until next time, this is John Occhi with the Excellence in Real Estate team, wishing you and yours all the very best. Make every day a great day, because every day is just so precious. All right, God bless to you and yours. Bye.